Well, hello, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me here live, braving the traffic in New York while my driver is bringing me to JFK. I have the pleasure to share with you what I learned last today at IBM's Alliances Insight meeting. Once a year analyst event, IBM has to update about their major alliances. This year held in New York. Hope to make it back in time to JFK. Tough lightning conditions. I apologize in the beginning. I'm trying to get my camera up because people have been telling me I'm looking too much down, but I'm basically balancing it on my knees as we're driving through New York here. This year it was started at the IBM's Astor Place office, which is always a nice office, but uncharacteristically IBM moved the whole affair to a grungy style meeting space for the second day, which was really a nice change of an open area for food and different briefing areas around what we were being briefed on, and then even rearranged for the one-to-ones this very afternoon. So this meeting was all about the three major IBM alliances, which is biggest one with SAP, then Oracle, and Microsoft. Where we had a chance to meet with the responsible alliances members and share their plans of these alliances. So good to know that there's deep plans on every aspect on the IBM side. Commenting a little more in detail on them. All of them have in common that IBM looks for its cloud offering around SoftLayer and CMS, trying to push that into partnerships, as well as Watson as a key element, and all of them have a vertical offerings aspect on it, where IBM is trying to build things more for vertical. So no question about this. Diving in a little more in detail, most important one of all three of them is the one with SAP, where IBM announced a new alliance partnership earlier this year, which rides on top of almost 2 years ago was announced. We're partnering with SAP for larger infrastructure, but on the Moda CMS system on the IBM side. So overall, interesting plans on the IBM sides with SAP around mobile. The Apple partnership plays a role there around getting Watson into that. Next week at Success Connect, we'll see how the hiring advisor, recruiting advisor, I believe it's called, will be working together with SuccessFactors. So a number of interesting offerings where IBM is bringing Watson to the table to enrich overall SAP's offerings from a cognitive, as IBM likes to talk, and from a predictive analytics and machine learning perspective, as I like to see it. So overall interesting from that perspective. And then vertical offerings in areas where SAP is not that strong, all around S4HANA, which is the brand new SAP product, and SAP frankly can use all the help they can get around that. Over to the Oracle side, I'm very surprised how large. I mentioned those numbers at the end, so pay attention. IBM shared how many professionals are working in these areas, and it's quite a lot. So pay attention to them. Much more than I expected, than I remember from working back for Oracle at Oracle 15 years ago. Wow, this is going to be the challenged lightning on any video. Oh, here my camera adjusted so you can see me again. Massive investment, timely investment by IBM on the Oracle side into Oracle certification skills of the resources, because there's a big push, as you know, on the Oracle side. Next step after doing that for SaaS is doing that for PaaS, because as well as Oracle has realized, after SaaS come PaaS and then IaaS, IBM realized PaaS is equally important to do the extensions and building the applications that customers might require in the Oracle stack. So no question about that's relevant. Good to see the investment, and good to see by the growth that IBM is seeing of its cloud business and Oracle, cloud implementation business and Oracle, that works really well. Third but not least, Microsoft, kind of like the smallest by far of these partnerships, something which was more of a regional partnership before, has now been elevated to a global level. First part which they choose, and not a hard one to choose. In general, this one is the biggest, the most challenging one, because there's the most overlap between the partners, between Microsoft and SAP compared to Microsoft and IBM compared to, for instance, SAP and Oracle. But Not surprising, the main focus has been around applications and their CRM, where Microsoft's very strong and IBM has no office, so that seems to be going along well. And the next offering with a little more Canadian touch on it, there was a representative and kind of customer. We spoke to customers of all the three of these alliances from Canada, sharing plans around the Surface, mimicking basically the IBM and Apple relationship, where customers can get finance offerings for services and the service from IBM for those devices, something that Microsoft wants, Microsoft needs, and something which has been well accepted in the market. And then a little open what will happen next, trying to position Watson like in the other partnerships. Cloud is a little harder given the situation on the Azure side, but IBM has been certified to be an Azure partner, can sell and provision Azure services to its customers. So good to see from that perspective. And in general, like I said, cloud, both CMS and software and Watson are the pillars around which IBM is putting their strategy with SAP, Oracle, Microsoft. Vertical offerings is the next step. And really trying to build their own intellectual property, their own IP, and then maybe even products, right? So IBM has enough product, software product DNA. Always very hard to do for a service company. In my view, the right thing to do, because there's a unique opportunity for system integrators to get different tiers of revenue out of the customers, given the lack of productized best practices in today's standard software. So overall, my point of view, good to check in with these three major IBM alliances, which together employ about 55,000 employees, which means out of the 300,000 or so employees of IBM, that means every 6 employees making their living, their revenue, which pays their wages and so on, out of something business which is done with either SAP, with Oracle, and with Microsoft. So good to see and good to check in. That by itself, with 55,000 or so employees, would be a major technology or system integrator by itself when you look to the pure system integrator playhouse. So IBM is much, much bigger than I expected from the previous numbers, which are all 15, 20 years ago. So but good to see. The strategy is clear. Now it's really about execution, delivering on these offerings, and finding those IP pieces which customers like. They don't want to pay for consultants to customize things again and again, do them over and over. So really the concern is IBM not executing on this, staying on the services side, just having some product partnerships maybe on Watson, or maybe signing more deals about software running development or product environments like they recently signed with Workday as an example. The same thing could be happening here, or has happened from a production perspective, SAP anyway, but that would be a smaller outcome compared to the know-how that IBM has internally, not only from doing the product side of Watson and on the analytics side, but also very interestingly around knowing what's running in certain verticals and could be used there. All right, as usual, this has been very long, way too long. Sorry for the tough lightning. If you're still listening, most of you listen to this in the background as I blabber along. I always appreciate for you watching and or listening. It looks good like, well, standing now, but I should make it to JFK. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.